Hey, what's up, guys and girls? This is Midori, and I'm back with another episode of Draw Midori. Now, Happy New Year's, guys! As I stated before, I will be doing many new things on this channel, and this is one of the things I haven't done in a long time. This is going to be a poster design. Right now, the subject matter is a Navi from Avatar: Way of the Water. This is a original design, and right now I'm just working on the hair, finishing up the hair, some of the texture work that's going to be the hair for this particular night. Not Naive, if I pronounce their name right. So I'm just working on the top layer of the hair texture, and then we're going to be also be working behind the subject matter. So I'm keeping the opacity low, so that way I can just simply just blend in the hair streaks that you're going to be seeing for her hair, and also using multiple layers and multiple copies of the majority of the finished piece, so that way I can just use the blending layers and then blend the hair together. So still, right now I'm just adjusting the brush size of the brush. I'm not using no custom brushes for her hair. It's just a regular old brush. As you can see here, I just zoomed out and I'm just adjusting the layers and adjusting the tone of the hair. I'm just making sure that everything blends right. So I'm gonna go back and edit it some more. I'm just checking how it looks from afar. Still right now just changing the opacity and the layer right now, and for a bit I'm going to change up and pretty much use the brush and use a white, and just on top of the layer, on top of the paint layer, I'm just going to add a little bit more of the Navi, the dots for the Navi skin. So if you see right now on the right side, I'm adding the dots. It's not makeup, it's not tribal paint. I believe it's texture that's part of their skin. Some of it's actual tribal paint, but this is actual how the Naive, how they have the texture on top of their skin, like you see in the movie. I sort of wanted to do like not 100% like how they're designed in the movies, but like using inspirations from fashion shoots, from AI generated art, and just try to come up with my own original design with this particular piece. Now here again, I'm adding the slowly but surely rendering in the hair texture for this particular piece, and it's pretty much going to take a while for me to render it, but the good thing, the magic of YouTube, I can just speed up everything and get it to where it looks right to me. And again, this particular piece is going to be a poster, not a poster, but a magazine cover, sort of a simple magazine cover for Avatar: Way of the Water. I'm not necessarily going to call it Avatar: Way of the Water, it's just going to be Avatar, but I'm going to take inspiration from the Empire magazine covers that you see, that you used to see from the original Avatar movie. Right now there's not too many magazine covers anymore, so yeah. Now I believe here I got textures that I'm going to use for the background. So I just googled and just look for different ocean. I kind of want to have a ocean like texture to go with the theme of Way of the Water with this particular piece. So I'm just finding different textures online, and here when it comes to using textures, you have to use it. And so when it comes to Creative Commons, when it comes to doing graphic design, you have to edit the texture enough so that people, whoever took the photograph doesn't know exactly where, they can go, hey, that's my photograph. So you have to edit it enough and create your own artwork out of another artwork, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm blending in both of the images that I found, and just sort of creating the mood, the atmosphere, thinking about the colors, how I'm going to match the foreground color with the background color, so that way it blends all together. So that's what I'm doing here. And and also just blurring it out so that it blends in even more. Adjusting the adjustment layer. What I'm doing here is pretty much just taking a mask and just masking out, blurring out. What I did was created two layers, blur the top layer, then bring the top layer to the bottom, and then blurred it out, and I'm gonna mask over it so that way I can get a soft edge around the avatar, around the avatar, the naive. So that's what I did here, and then I just added two adjustment layers, one for color, one for hue and saturation, and then I'm just going to edit that. So that's how I got the naive to blend in with the background. And then here I'm just adding a glow, so that would have that oceanly naive avatar glow around the character, and also to make it so that the background, she's sort of like reflecting off of the light source in the background. Now here I just wanted to have a little bit more in the background, so I just got a texture from online, uh, with bubbles. And again, what I told you before, you have to edit it so that you edit it someone else images that you find, textures that you find online, edit it so that you create your own artwork out of it, when it comes to like graphic design. So that way you're not sitting there all day creating little bubbles. You can just find ways to do it quickly. So now here is where it comes to the magazine part of the particular piece. So I just look for different font textures, went to dotfont.com, look for the Empire font that you could just Google and find this particular font, installed it. Now this is not the traditional Empire font. This is one that somebody created, so it's sort of a knockoff font of the official Empire font. And right now I'm just figuring out the composition. I'm figuring out what's going to be the subtitle. So I just looked at other magazines from Avatar, like what subtitles they had before. So I'm just Amazing World Experience, or Amazing World exclusive preview or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna use here. I'm just, nothing too crazy. I'm just figuring out the size and the not the rule of thirds, but the graphic design hierarchy. There's like always a hierarchy in graphic design of what is the most important thing should be the biggest, that's going to draw the viewer's attention, and then there's the subtitles that's a little bit smaller, where the eye is going to go, what's the eye is going to read next, so it's from top to down, or sometimes it's from the big to small. So that's all I'm doing and thinking here, of figuring out the hierarchy of how the font is going to be laid out for this particular magazine. So that's all I'm doing here. And then I got the Avatar font, laid that out at the bottom, and then also thinking about what's going to be the subtitle. So again, looking at different examples of different subtitles for other Avatar posters, so posters and magazine covers. So that's what I'm doing here. Just create a simple square, and then I'm going to add the type inside of it, and that'll be it for the subtitle for this. Intergalactic exclusive. Yeah, I'm not going to be too happy with the color of the background, so I'm thinking we're going to change that after this. As you can see, the piece is pretty much coming together. It's pretty much almost finished. I didn't want to add too much text because I didn't want it to take away from the artwork. I wanted the artwork to show up a lot on YouTube. I was thinking about adding a barcode, but I'm going to decide not to use it because I feel like the barcode was, since there's no other text, the barcode was just distracting from the artwork. So I'm just going to get rid of it after this. And for the final piece, the final adjustments, I'm going to add little more highlights on her skin. Here I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do the Empire, like how I'm going to position her head. Is she going to be in the foreground or the background of the Empire font? And I decided the foreground because the majority of the Empire magazine, the subject matter is in the foreground of the on top of the Empire font. So that's what I did here. And a decade in the making, because that's how long it took for the sequel. A little over a decade. So yeah, I should have put Way of the Water, but you know, I decided not to do that. Just Avatar. It's good enough. Okay, guys, I'm adding the final touches on her skin, and this video is coming up to a wrap. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Be sure to subscribe. My channel, I've been having it for 5 years and it still haven't been growing. I really wanted to grow this year, and I check you guys on the next one. Midori out.